Chinese miners, together with his officials, to prospect for tin in the upper Klang Valley of Islamic State. At that time, tin was in huge demand with the full swing of the Industrial Revolution in Europe and America, which needed durable, lightweight, rust-resistant metal to help fuel the industrial expansions. These miners made a settlement camp where the Klang and Gobang rivers flowed quietly together, forming a muddy but tin-rich delta. More tin was found in the surrounding areas, and the camp immediately became a settlement which quickly grew into a town and expanded rapidly to become a thriving city. This modern but multicultural metropolis is now simply called Kuala. The muddy confluence is still there in the middle of the city at the location of the Jami Mosque, which our route shall pass by.
Telecom Museum. Standing pretty among Kuala Lumpur skyscrapers at the junction of Jalan Raja Chulan and Jalan Gereja is a unique two-story building with a neo-classical Greek facade, dating from 1928. This is the Telecom Museum. The building itself was used as a telephone exchange in its early days. With a 70-year-old history, the Telecom Museum building was almost demolished in 1985. When the plans to build an office block at the site meant it had to go. But however, it was stopped, thanks to the Prime Minister, who later designed the building for conservation. The antique equipment on show here dates all the way back to pre-war years. There is even a set of the first types of telephone used in the country. This two-story building also has a historical gallery. Its exhibits also trace all 120 plus years of world telecommunications history. Forest Reserve is a lovely original tropical rainforest. Nature lovers can get away from the mad rush of city life right here in the city's Forest Reserve. This is a 10.5 hectare natural haven in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, the last stretch of Forest Reserve left in the concrete jungle. The reserve also stretches to the base of the Kuala Lumpur Tower. More than a century ago, the hill was the site of a fort built by Sultan Puasa, one of the early settlers and Malay headmen of the mining town. to provide additional protection on the hillside around the port. Now, Bukit-Nanas has a different kind of citadel in the form of the KL Tower. Instead of influencing events with curved daggers, muskets, and cannons, it exerts its power with the new weapons of the 20th century, telecommunications. To further enjoy the Oriental Sun in Kuala Lumpur, head up to the KL Tower. It is a telecommunications tower built in the shape of a gasing, or Malaysian spinning top, with many tourist attractions, and is the best place to get an eagle's eye view all around the city from the tower's observation deck. Built in 1995, the KL Tower is the fifth tallest telecommunications tower in the world, at 421 meters high. The roof of the port section is at 335 meters high. The rest of the cylindrical tower has a stairwell and an elevator to reach the port's decks, which house the observation platform, as well as a revolving restaurant called Sri Angkasa. Sri Angkasa is a spectacular place for lunch or dinner, with a buffet spread featuring Malaysian and international cuisine, providing diners a beautiful view of the city. The floor makes a complete revolution in an hour, giving diners a 360-degree view of the city and the valley. There are also tower-thon races organized at the KL Tower, where participants race up the staircases to the top. The tower's interior is adorned with designs that reflect Malaysian and Islamic culture. The main lobby of the upper ground floor is decorated with exquisite glass-clad mini-domes that sparkle like giant diamonds. These domes were designed and arranged in the form of the traditional mukarnas by Iranian craftsmen from Isfahan. Besides the observation deck and the Sri Angkasa restaurant, KL Tower offers shops and daily cultural shows at the podium level and thrilling rides at the base area. There is also a forest walk to enjoy a guided educational track through the Bukit-Nanas Forest Reserve, a lovely tropical rainforest located at the last prominent spot in the city center. Thanks to an old ruling that presented the land as a forest reserve since 1900.
Ladies and gentlemen, we arrive at stop number 2, the 7 tallest telecommunication tower in the world, KL Tower, or Menara Kuala Lumpur. Stand on your left, Bukit-Nanas for a reason. Stop number 2, KL Tower. Thank you, terima kasih.